Hello. Satellite communications, lecture number 34, unit number 4. So, multiple access techniques. So, multiple accessing techniques, unit number 4, satellite communication. So, we are in multiple access techniques. So, the main I don't know. So, the main what are the objectives of unit number 4? Multiple access. So, in multiple accessing techniques, so we have FDMA, TDMA, and DAMA, CDMA. Hello. So the main intention about unit number 4. So to understand the various multiple access techniques for various types of the satellite communication system. So coming to the brief introduction about satellite communication, multiple accessing techniques. So what is the main intention of this multiple accessing techniques are nothing but in satellite communication system, the intention or the aim for satellite systems are nothing but to hold or to transmit or to carry the multiple signals. All these multiple signals are contains the information. So this multiple signals contains this information at a time. So that should be called as multiple access. So that is called multiple access to the capacity, the ability of the satellite to carry the multiple signals at a time, that should be called as here multiple access. So why this multiple access comes on screen? Nothing but here we have bandwidth criteria. So we are all sharing the bandwidth of specified frequency ranges. Nothing but many users, they are able to carry or they are able to share the bandwidth that should allotted for them. For example, TV transmission or cellular transmission. So likewise, all these data sharing examples required this multiple accessing bandwidth or to simply to share the bandwidth. So satellites are always built with this aim or with this goal. So why? Because they have to give the satellite services to the ground earth stations. So that's why satellites are always built with this aim or with this agenda that many users within this particular satellite, they can share the bandwidth that allotted to this satellite. And similarly, in large geostationary satellites, so in large geostationary satellites operating under this condition, so they can carry simultaneous conversation between the people, so in many different parts or in many different areas in the world. So that's why here I written multiple access allows the communication capacity of the system satellite that should be shared among a large number of earth stations. So that's why one to many communication. So here by using multiple access principle or by using multiple access philo method, one satellite can share the data or information to number of individual earth stations. Similarly, all these earth station they can accommodate different types of the communication traffic controlling capacity by providing these satellite transponders. Similarly, this multiple access means what are the information involved behind of this multiple access? Nothing but these multiple access techniques they can use, or in which way this multiple access information can be carried out by the satellites, in which way is nothing but by using the many transponders. Clear? So that is the basic form, that is the basic form of the multiple access phenomena. So for that principle, for that information, so for that information, so this is the basic form of majority of the satellites which are operated under the large geo satellites. So why? Because the majority of these satellites, they can use this satellite built system. So what are the satellite built system? Generally, these satellites built system, they can allow the users, they can allow the large satellites. So all these large satellites, they can use this multiple communication bandwidth. So for example, in particular transmitting station require a 400 or 500 frequency. Suppose all these frequencies must be in predefined stage. So with this large geo satellite, they can able to access the communication system with this large extent. For this phenomena, somebody they can use the frequency reuse concept also. Why? Because by using the frequency reuse. So multiple antenna beams, they can able to catch these satellite signals by using the polarization or by using the spectrum sharing capacity. So with this knowledge, a frequency spectrum, by using this satellite, they may use the individual channel bandwidth which is allotted for your ground earth stations are simply called transponders. So they can establish their own link by the ground earth station to the earth satellite. So that's why they are technically called as uplink frequency. So this uplink and downlink frequencies are this uplink and downlink frequencies are classified a part of this transponder bandwidth. So that's why here I mentioned the point. Throughout the frequency reuse with multiple antenna beams and orthogonal polarization spectrum that can be reused many times over a particular geo satellites. And the frequency spectrum used by the satellite is divided into smaller bandwidths which are allotted to the transponders. So that is the main principle behind of how these transponders may be worked out. So in ground earth station, all transponders suit the frequency range approximately 220 to 200 megahertz bandwidth. Suppose within this 220 to 200 megahertz bandwidth, all the geo satellites which are be operated within this 20 to 200 megahertz. So each satellite they may can have individual transponders. So all these transponder they may carry the signal which is having very good quality, either in terms of speed or in terms of bit rate or in terms of another parameters. Suppose phase shift keying. So all these multiple accessing criteria are to be satisfied by these transponders which can carry the signals for the satellite communication in exact or perfect manner. So for this analysis, somebody says how many signals that our transponders may carry for this type of operation is nothing but for each transponders they make gets the operation which is similar to that of the individual satellites which are being perfect range. That suppose that is nothing but each transponder may easily to calculate the one signal at a time. So to meet this system requirement, so the in satellite communication we have various orbits na, low earth, medium earth, and geo earth, small earth. So smaller earth satellites they may use one transponder that should use it for the specific service, or multiple transponders are connected to multiple beams. So why? Because each satellite, one transponder may connect one satellite at a time. Therefore, multiple transponders use the multiple satellite links at a time. So during that criteria, or during that example, when a particular satellite has fixed for some specific application, for example, this satellite is involved for earth surveillance, or this satellite is used for the communication purpose, or this satellite, some particular x satellite is used for the delivery of ground earth stations monitoring. So all this type of examples, the satellite collects and it transmits on the downlink. That downlink can depends upon the data rate that can collected by the ground earth station. So based upon this requirement, designing of low Earth orbit satellites are also most important to collect the data or store the data with respect to this orbital mechanism. So there are various range or receiving of the particular Earth stations are be required. So suppose to build all this type of uplink and downlink frequency signals, one may have to set the number of transponders at a time to suit this uplink and downlink frequency allocation should be done in perfect manner. So why? Because as well from our orbital orbital mechanism theory, we know that geo satellites they have many transponders and corresponding techniques are also used to manage the traffic between the earth stations. So that's why the advantage behind of this multiple access technique is how to implement multiple transponders to divide up a frequency band, and that is not generally considered to be as the perfect reason for their making of their earth stations, and how to share the frequency spectrum to all the customers which are be operating under particular frequency band. So these are all the challenging principles. These are all challenging tasks for the ground earth station users. And another significance of this multiple access in this slide. So the signals from the earth stations that they can transmit the satellites, which are be widely either be in terms of bit errors or in terms of video or data or voice, so that they can see in from the multiple access and multiple techniques. Therefore apart from multiple access, so they require multiplexing is also be the one of the predefined work. So as we know that multiplex, which is simply called a process of combining number of signals into a single signal. So that this process can be done by single amplifier or transmitted over a single radio channel. So by this knowledge, multiplexing can be done based upon our broadband or baseband information, that if corresponding data or corresponding techniques that used for recovery the individual signal from the multiplexing the information called demultiplexing. So it is a technique to recover the individual signal simply called demultiplexing. Why? Because for all commercial long distance communication in communication theory, they require this multiplexing. And apart from this multiplexing, so multiple accessing is also be used to boost up the capability of multiple access apart from the multiplexing. So in the next slide here I mentioned some brief literature regarding this multiplexing and multiple access information. So in olden days, when our satellite communication system is not being good extent, so satellite communication traffic was mainly analog video and voice signals. So these analog signals are combined by using the scheme or by using the method FDM, and it is a technique that used for top telephonic links from so many years. So in this frequency division multiplexing, the analog signals are shifted in frequency at baseband so that each signal has its own center frequency and then added into single signal so that covers through a wide bandwidth. So this type of problem, this type of principle is used for the wide bandwidth communication applications, especially UWB, ultra wide band communication. This frequency division multiplexing is the very beautiful job. And apart from this FDM, the designer of satellite communication system must make the decisions above from the multiple access that should be used for our satellite communication. So the multiple accessing techniques will influence the capacity and flexibility of the satellite communication system, either part of cost, somewhat of the how to earn the revenue generation. There is a limitation regarding this multiple access. The basic limitation is nothing but how to permit a changing group of the Earth station to share the satellite in such a way that satellite communication capacity is maximized and the bandwidth is used efficiently, flexibility that should be maintained, and cost to that user should be minimized in part of the revenue generation. All these are the primarily limitations behind of this multiple access the information. So therefore, multiple access systems should also allow for changing the patterns of traffic over 10 to 15 years of the expected lifetime of the particular satellite. So this is the information. So this is the information regarding the multiple access. What is the significance of this multiple access on the prescribed information? So in this picture, here I am representing small deviation from frequency versus time. So in frequency division multiple access, so entire frequency, entire bandwidth can be partially shared to the individual transponder channels, where the channel number 1, channel number 2, channel number 3, whatever here I represent. So there is a small gap separation between one band or one channel to another channel. They are simply called God band. And apart with the FDMA, here TDM in the time division. So the total overall time period divided by number of time slots channels. So here that is called God band. So the blocks represent the signals which can consisting of single channel or multiple channels combined by TDMA. Similarly, in FDMA, signals are identified in a receiver by their position in the frequency spectrum bandwidth of the transponder. And whereas in the time division multiple access, so the receiver must synchronize to the transmitted frames that identify the individual signals by their positions within the particular frame. They must be allotted for the multiple access. So in this slide, I able to represent somewhat of continuity principles apart with the frequency division multiple access. So in general, our communication theory, we have three basic principle of this type of multiple access techniques. So one should be represented as F frequency. One should be represented as time division. One should be represented as code. Clear? So that's why all classification done based upon their principle. Based upon their principle, here we mentioned all this type of the accessing techniques. So there are basically in communication theory, three basic principles for accessing techniques are involved. In this slide, I summarize all these three: FDMA, TDMA, CDMA. So in FDMA, all users share the satellites at the same time, but each user transmit at unique allotted frequency. So generally, this FDMA is familiar to all of receivers. So therefore, for especially in radio broadcasting, so sharing of the spectrum or airwaves can be done in FDMA, and each radio station that they allotted frequency and bandwidth corresponding transmits the signal within the frequency spectrum. So FDMA generally used for analog or digital links, and especially the TDMA, whereas in TDMA each user allotted unique time slot at the satellite so that signals pass through this transponder sequentially. So in TDMA, the limitation equal to delay. So here we in upcoming lectures we have various time how to avoid the delay that should be uh, done by using our various techniques. So that's why I here I represent TDMA. Each user is allotted a unique time slot at the satellite so that signals pass through the transponder sequentially. So therefore, by using TDMA, this TDMA is a best example for the digital signals. Why? Because they have equal bandwidth or and they can occupy equal time periods. So in practice, different bandwidth signals that can share transponder in FDMA and signals with the different durations that can share this TDMA frame. So comparative to TDMA, here I represent CDMA also. So in CDMA, all users transmit to the satellite on the same frequency and the same time. So the signals are overloaded or another are stated. So therefore, the Earth station transmit coded spectrum signals that can be separated at the receiving Earth stations just by correlation with the transmitted code. So for example, the GPS or in GPS system, each individual GPS satellites transmit a different coded spread spectrum signal. So the signals are nearly orthogonal that should they allow the GPS receiver to extract the spectrum signal for one satellite in the presence of a similar spectrum from the other visible GPS satellite CDMA inherently. So they will use this digital techniques to maintain this uh, constant principle. So all of these three techniques are used the resources only. So all of these techniques, which is multiple access techniques, so they can use this accessing method commonly. Suppose if the portion allotted to each earth station is in fixed manner, that should be called fixed access or pre-assigned access. So fixed or pre-assigned. If the resources is allotted as we need, so that is depending upon the changing the traffic, the changing the conditions depending upon our demand accessing. So dear listeners, these are the basic introduction or somewhat of literature discussion regarding the multiple accessing techniques. So continuation of the lecture should be continued. So thank you for all listeners who are participating in this online session. Please subscribe YouTube channel, give your valuable likes, comments, and share this YouTube link to your friends. So thank you for every participant which who are actively participated during this session. So thank you, thank you, thank you.